Well, I like that it's such a great place to take your kids shopping.
Apples, pears, grapes. They taste juicy.
This is so colorful, and my kids get all excited. They each are always allowed to pick something. So one child likes to pick, he's looking forward to picking a pumpkin, one wants to get a pear, or whatever their favorite fruit. It just has really exposed us. I think that without this project, I would still just be going to Superstore or Safeway.
So the other day we went, my daughter, she loves fruits, she's a fruit fiend. So we were going and this woman was handing out apricots. And they were the little tiny ones, the size of the palm of her hand. So she loved them. And we never buy fresh apricots. So she tried them and she loved it. So we had to go back for about 2 or 3 more. And we bought the whole bag and it was really good. And we didn't know we wouldn't have gone to the supermarket to get them.
I have a 4-year-old daughter and a 1-year-old son, and the past couple of years it's been quite difficult to get to the market with both my kids. But this year I hadn't been taking my daughter the first couple times I went, and then I had her ask me, "Mommy, when are we going to go to the market? We haven't been to the market in a long time." And it felt great. It felt like a real turning point for me that she likes going to the market now.
I have a 7-year-old boy, and I think he really appreciates the flavor, and I notice him when he takes something that's from the garden or from the market, he kind of really slows down and pauses to think about what it tastes like and to experience it.
The skill building sessions I've found has been almost as valuable to me as the coupons. It's just getting together with other people and talking about food. We share recipes, we share secrets about budgeting, how to stay within a budget and how to use up certain foods. And really it's something that I would consider to keep on going to even if there weren't coupons involved. It's been a really valuable part of the whole experience.
We're just more aware of why we should or why we want to buy organic, especially now with kids.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that's changed. Before, with me and my husband, it was like, whatever, it doesn't matter.
My kids now have tried things that they have never tried before, like beets. We are really into beets now, and I was so proud of myself because we bought the ones that have all the leaves still attached, and the first time I did that, I just tossed them in the compost. And then I thought, gosh, this is food wastage, because one of our sessions here through the program was about not wasting food. And one mother had said you could use the leaves for soup. So I actually got 2 soup recipes, and I used my beet leaves, and I had, tons of soup, and it was all so delicious, and I know they're so nutritious.
I actually was using a cookbook where they teach you how to hide fruits and veggies in fun things like muffins and stuff. But then we started going to the farmer's market this summer for our first time, and we let her walk around and look at everything, like all the fruits and vegetables, and she liked seeing the people and the dogs and stuff there. And just last 2 weekends, she's been picking out her own fruits, and she saw these big pile of grapes, and she went over to and started pointing at them. So I bought a bag and let her have them while we were at the farmer's market, and she's been hooked on them ever since.
I get a much better idea of what's in season at specific times, and I find one thing is we're eating a lot more greens. With chard and kale, that's something that I never really thought about a lot before, but it's become a much bigger part of my diet, and now I have a dozen different ways that I could use these vegetables, whereas if you handed them to me a few years ago, I wouldn't know where to start.
We also bought a tomato plant at the farmer's market, and we planted in our backyard. And she picks her own tomatoes, and she eats them right off the plant. And I don't worry about pesticides or anything.
Because of this program, we've decided, last year was our first year having our own garden, and this year we've decided to double the size. So that's a big deal.
My farmer's market has the best fresh products. When I have to go there with my family, I am very happy because I feel at home.
I think the atmosphere is wonderful. I love, being outdoors and walking around and sort of seeing individual producers and the sort of amazing variety of things that are available. Even something as simple as potatoes that, you go to there's a farm from Pemberton that sells regularly, and they have 20 at least different varieties of potatoes for sale. They're just so proud of what they do and what they produce, and so they just really want to engage with consumers or with their customers, and so that's a very different. I mean, it's completely different from going to a grocery store. You're able to kind of get information about how to cook the food, or their recommendations about why buy one type of potato over another.
The first time I went to the farmer's market, I felt happy to see local farmers selling their products. I met the beef guy and his wife, and they're really friendly people and very proud of their products. And I'd have to say that it really is good beef, good enough that my parents and I decided to buy a quarter cow in the fall.
I remember one time I was at the market and saw these little baby carrots, and I was hesitating. I didn't buy them. Then I went to the Safeway, and it was from California, and I was so disappointed. I didn't realize. It made me aware of how the local food is not in your supermarket all the time. Yeah, I do find them very friendly and just very accommodating. Like with the coupon, if you're only using $2 of the $3 worth, they'll say, "Oh, just add another, lettuce or fruit plums or whatever,
I think we're just much more aware of how it's produced and where it comes from. I think all of that makes us more aware of, the difference between industrially produced and homegrown or farm-grown food, and the relationship between, and the fact that agriculture is such an important part of our economy and our culture, and that we need to connect with it more than what we traditionally do in our country.